Right now, you are lying in the dark, acting as the judge, the jury, and the criminal for a decision you made months or years ago. You think you ruined your future because you chose the wrong path. But life is not a multiple choice test. You cannot shatter your life with one wrong turn. Put the heavy gavel down. The trial is over tonight. Look at the ceiling above your bed right now. The room is completely dark. The world outside your window has finally stopped demanding your attention. The busy cars have stopped running on the quiet streets. The distant, harsh street lamps are silently humming in the cold night air. But inside your mind, the chaotic engine is still running at maximum speed. You are lying here, isolated in the darkness, staring up at the invisible shadows, holding a massive, crushing, unbearable burden of regret right on the center of your tired chest. You are thinking about a very specific moment in your past, a moment where you stood at a profound crossroads. You looked to the left and you looked to the right, and you chose a path. And now, weeks, months, or perhaps even many years later, you are lying in the dark, ruthlessly torturing yourself with the absolute belief that you chose the wrong path. You are utterly convinced that you made a catastrophic, unforgivable error. You truly believe that you have permanently derailed your entire life's timeline. You are lying here, acting as the judge, the jury, and the relentless, cruel prosecutor in the silent courtroom of your own mind. You strike the heavy wooden gavel against the desk over and over again, handing down a strict, final sentence of guilt, shame, and irreversible failure upon yourself. You whisper desperately into the pure black void of your bedroom, "I ruined everything. I took the wrong path. I am hopelessly behind everyone else. If I had just made the other choice back then, I would be happy right now." Hello. Welcome back to the safe room. Welcome to the quiet space where the mental trial is officially suspended. You do not have to defend yourself here. You do not have to present any evidence to prove your worth. You do not have to be strong right now. You just need to exist. Before we go any further into the stillness of the night, before we try to untangle the complicated, painful knots of your regret, I need you to perform a very simple, very gentle physical task for me. I need you to consciously and deliberately release the physical tension that your regret has built up inside your biology. Let us begin with your hands. Right now, as you lie here, your fingers are likely curled tightly inward. You are holding your hands in tight fists, as if you are bracing for a physical impact, or as if you are trying to grab onto a steering wheel to forcefully turn a speeding car around in the dark. But there is no car. There is no steering wheel. The past has already happened, and your fists cannot punch through the solid, ancient fabric of time. So, gently, very slowly, uncurl your thumb. Let it fall softly to the side. Now uncurl your index finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, your pinky finger. Let both of your hands rest completely flat, empty, and open on the blanket beside you. An open hand is a secure sign of surrender. Not a surrender to failure, but a beautiful, peaceful surrender to the profound reality of the present moment. Now, bring your awareness to the slow rhythm of your breathing. When we are trapped in the suffocating cycle of overthinking, when we are absolutely terrified that we have ruined our future, our breathing becomes very shallow and very fast. We only breathe into the very top of our chest, like a small, frightened animal hiding in the dark woods. I want you to change that rhythm right now. I want you to take a long, deep, courageous breath in through your nose. Draw the cool, clean night air past your throat, past your tired chest, and pull it all the way down into your stomach. Feel your stomach expand like a small, soft balloon. Hold that air inside you for just one quiet second. Feel the wonderful fullness of your own quiet, steady life. And now, part your lips slightly and let the air escape in a slow, steady, exhaustive sigh. Let it all go. Let the mattress rise up to support the heavy weight of your spine. You are completely safe here. No one is grading your life tonight. I want to dismantle a very common, very dangerous lie that modern society teaches us from a very young age. It is the illusion of the multiple choice test. From the moment we are young children, we are placed into highly structured environments. We sit at small wooden desks, and we are handed pieces of paper filled with standardized questions. Every single question has exactly 4 options: A, B, C, or D. We are strictly taught by our teachers that there is only one perfect, correct, flawless answer hidden among the possibilities, and the other 3 options lead directly to failure, deduction, and shame. If you circle the wrong letter, you get a bright red mark on your paper. You lose points. Your score drops. You are punished. We are deeply psychologically conditioned, year after year, to believe that genuine, real life operates by these exact same rigid rules. We graduate, we enter the vast, uncharted real world, and we stand at the massive, terrifying crossroads of adult decisions. What academic major should I study at the university? Which job offer should I take? Should I stay in this difficult relationship? Or should I pack my bags and leave tonight? Should I move to a new, lonely city? Or should I stay in the comfort of my hometown? And because of our childhood conditioning, we look at these complex, profound, and deeply human decisions as if they are simply questions on a standardized examination. We terrify ourselves with the absolute belief that there is one perfect, correct path hidden behind one of the doors. We truly believe that if we circle the wrong answer, if we open the wrong door, a giant red cross will appear in the sky. We will fail the test of life, and our future will be ruined forever. But listen to my voice carefully. Genuine human existence is not a standardized test. The universe is not a strict teacher standing over your shoulder with a red pen, waiting to deduct points from your timeline. Life is not a fragile multiple choice question. Life is a massive, wild, uncharted, and constantly evolving map. When you make a choice that does not work out, when you take a turn that does not lead to the immediate success or happiness you envisioned, you do not fall off the edge of the planet. You do not fail the exam. You do not get a red mark from the sky. You simply step onto a different terrain. Yes, the new terrain you are walking on might be incredibly rocky. It might be steep. It might take twice as long to cross as the perfect path you originally wanted to take. But it is still a path. It is still moving forward. The human journey is not about finding the one flawless route from birth to death. It is about learning how to walk gracefully, even when you realize you have wandered into a dark forest. You have not broken your destiny. You have simply taken a complicated, scenic detour. Let me tell you a comforting bedtime story. It is an ancient, forgotten tale from a peaceful, grand kingdom that existed long before the modern invention of digital maps and GPS satellites. It is the story of the Royal Mapmaker and the spilled ink. Long ago, in a grand, towering palace overlooking a vast, unexplored mountain range, there lived a young, incredibly talented artist named Elias. Elias was the Royal Mapmaker. His job was considered the most important and respected profession in the entire kingdom. He was not just a painter of pictures. He was a scientist, an architect of reality. Elias was responsible for drawing the official, sacred maps that the king's merchants, the king's soldiers, and the king's brave explorers used to navigate the physical world. Elias was a profound perfectionist. He drew his maps on massive, flawless sheets of expensive, pale yellow parchment using the finest black ink and golden compasses. Every single line he drew had to be absolutely mathematically perfect. A single mistake on a royal map, a line drawn just 1 millimeter in the wrong direction, could send an entire merchant caravan into a deadly, unknown swamp, or lead an army of young soldiers straight to the edge of an impassable, dangerous cliff. The pressure on Elias was colossal. For 3 entire years, Elias had been working on his masterpiece, the grand map of the Eastern Territories. It was the most complex, beautiful, and mathematically precise map he had ever created. He mapped every river, every dense forest, and every safe trade route with incredible, obsessive precision. He was just 1 night away from presenting the finished masterpiece to the king. It was late at midnight. Elias was utterly exhausted. His eyes were burning intensely from staring at the candlelight for so many hours. His hands were shaking with grind fatigue. He reached slowly across his massive wooden desk to dip his special feather pen into the heavy glass bottle of permanent black ink, but his tired, clumsy fingers slipped. His heavy hand hit the glass bottle. The heavy bottle tipped over, and a massive, thick, unstoppable stream of dark black ink spilled directly across the very center of his perfect, flawless, beautiful map. The ink formed a thick, jagged, ugly, black line right across the uncharted eastern mountains. Elias froze in absolute, profound horror. His heart completely stopped beating. The blood drained entirely from his face, leaving him pale and sick. Because he used ancient permanent ink, there was absolutely no way to erase the mistake. It was there forever. He desperately tried to dab it with a cloth, but the black stain only spread deeper and wider into the expensive paper. He fell to his knees on the cold stone floor of his study, weeping in absolute, deep despair. "I am ruined," he whispered desperately into the pure black void. 3 years of perfect work, completely destroyed in 1 single second of human clumsiness. I made an unforgivable mistake. The map is ruined. My career is over. I am over. The king will banish me from the palace tomorrow morning, and I will be homeless. Elias spent the entire night sitting isolated in the dark corner of his room, paralyzed by profound shame, staring at the black mistake on the paper, wishing he could turn back time just 5 seconds to catch his hand before it fell. He looked at the map as if it were a physical crossroad, and he had accidentally built a deadly road that led to destruction. He was punishing himself for a path that he never intended to draw. The spilled ink was not just a mistake, it was the symbol of his ruined future. When the sun rose, the king's guards knocked heavily on his wooden door. It was time for the presentation. Elias had no time to redraw a 3-year project. He was hopeless. With shaking hands and a sick, terrified feeling in his stomach, he rolled up the ruined map, walked slowly into the grand throne room, and unrolled it on the massive marble table before the king. The king, an old, wise man with sharp gray eyes, leaned over the table. He admired the beautiful rivers and the perfectly drawn forests. He traced the delicate trade routes that Elias had meticulously drawn. And then, his ancient eyes stopped directly on the thick, jagged, ugly black line of spilled ink right in the middle of the eastern mountains. Elias closed his eyes tight, holding his breath, waiting for the king to shout in anger, waiting to be fired, arrested, and banished for his catastrophic error. The throne room was completely silent for a full, unbearable minute. Finally, the king pointed his heavy gold ring at the black line of spilled ink. "Elias," the king said softly, "what is this dark path here?" It cut straight through the most dangerous part of the eastern mountains. Elias was terrified, but he knew he could not lie to the king. "Your Majesty," Elias whispered desperately, bowing his head in total shame. "I must confess the truth. That is not a real road. I was tired last night. My clumsy hand slipped. I spilled the permanent black ink on the parchment. It is a terrible, catastrophic mistake. I have ruined the masterpiece. I am deeply, profoundly sorry. Please forgive me. The king did not scream. He did not call for the royal guards. He did not throw the map into the fire. Instead, the old king kept staring at the jagged, chaotic black line of spilled ink. He traced it very slowly, very thoughtfully, with his weathered index finger. The entire royal court held its breath in absolute silence. "A mistake," the king murmured softly, almost talking to himself. "You know, Elias, for over 100 years, our greatest, bravest explorers have been desperately trying to find a faster route through these massive eastern mountains. But they always follow the safe, traditional valleys. They never dare to cross this exact, treacherous ridge because it looks far too difficult on the old maps. But this line, this accidental, messy line you drew, it actually connects the two highest, most impossible peaks perfectly. It completely ignores the old rules. It ignores the safe valleys." The king turned slowly to his massive, armored general standing nearby. "General," the king commanded, "send a team of our absolute best, most resilient explorers to follow this exact black line tomorrow morning at dawn. Let us see exactly where Elias's ruined map leads us." Elias was absolutely shocked. He wanted to desperately argue, to fall on his knees and explain that it was just a meaningless, random spill of ink, a chaotic accident that would lead the men into a solid wall of rock. But absolutely no one argued with the king. For 3 agonizing, painfully slow weeks, Elias lived in total, consuming anxiety. He did not sleep. He barely ate. He paced back and forth in his small room, terrified that his clumsy mistake had sent innocent explorers to a frozen, terrible doom in the unknown mountains. He was living in the exact same painful prison of overthinking that you are living in right now. He was waiting for the punishment of his past choice. On the morning of the 21st day, the heavy wooden doors of the grand throne room swung violently open. The leading explorer walked in. He was completely covered in thick mud, dirt, and heavy snow, his clothes torn and ragged. But his face was shining with an incredible, massive, unbelievable smile. "Your Majesty, Elias!" the exhausted explorer shouted with pure, unfiltered joy, his voice echoing off the high stone walls. We followed the black line exactly as it was drawn on the parchment. It was a brutally difficult, incredibly steep climb. We had to cut through thick, ancient vines. We had to cross narrow, terrifying ledges where the wind almost blew us into the abyss. But right at the absolute end of that dark, jagged, impossible path, hidden deep between the highest peaks, we discovered it. The explorer paused, catching his breath. We discovered a massive, breathtaking, crystal-clear freshwater lake that no human being ever knew existed. It is a hidden paradise. The lake is completely surrounded by rare, warm fruit trees and massive, untouched gold deposits. Your mapmaker is an absolute genius. Your Majesty! He found the hidden jewel of the East. He found the future of our kingdom. The entire royal court erupted in deafening, joyful applause. The old king slowly walked over to Elias, placed a heavy, warm, comforting hand on the young mapmaker's shaking shoulder, and smiled a very gentle, knowing smile. "You see, my brilliant young mapmaker," the king whispered softly into Elias's ear, so only he could hear. You spent the entire night crying, isolated in the dark, because you thought you had permanently ruined your beautiful life's work. You thought the spilled ink was a catastrophic ending. You thought your future was destroyed. But the universe is infinitely more creative and infinitely more forgiving than our rigid, perfect little plans. Sometimes, Elias, the ink absolutely has to spill. It has to ruin the original plan so that we are physically forced to walk a path we never, ever would have chosen intentionally. Your mistake did not ruin the map, Elias. Your mistake expanded our entire world. If you are currently walking on a path that feels like a massive, jagged mistake, and if you are carrying the incredibly heavy burden of regret tonight, I want you to do something very simple for me. Gently tap the like button on this video. It is a powerful, silent signal cast out into the digital night. It tells every other lost, regretful, overthinking soul listening to this podcast right now that they are not wandering through the unknown mountains alone. We are all carrying imperfect maps with spilled ink. And if you ever need a quiet, safe camp to rest at while you figure out where this new, scary road leads, consider subscribing to Calmorythm English. We will always keep the fire burning for you here in the dark. Bring your wandering, tired mind back from the grand royal palace. Bring it back into your own quiet, secure bedroom right now. Listen again to the steady, rhythmic, comforting sound of your own breathing. In and out, rise and fall. Think deeply about the spilled ink in your own life. Think about that past decision, that specific crossroads that you are agonizing over tonight, the romantic relationship that spectacularly failed, the university major you dropped out of, the incredible job opportunity you did not get, the words you said, or the words you failed to say. You have been sitting in the dark, punishing corner of your mind for months, staring at that mistake, crying over the ruined parchment of your life, desperately wishing you could build a time machine and catch the ink bottle before it fell. But let us explore the profound, undeniable truth of human resilience tonight. When you took that wrong path, when the ink spilled across your timeline, you absolutely did not ruin your life. You simply initiated a radically different, unexpected curriculum for your soul. Think about the unique, complex person you are today specifically because of that difficult, painful detour. If you had walked the perfect, easy, flawless, straight path you originally planned in your head, you would never have developed the deep, profound empathy you now possess. You would never have learned how to rebuild your reality from absolute zero. You would never have discovered the hidden, unbreakable strength lying dormant inside your own spine. Let us do a final, very deep, very forgiving scan of your physical framework before we turn off the final lights of the night completely. Direct your internal, quiet focus all the way up to your strong jawline. You are currently clenching your teeth tightly together, aren't you? We clench our jaws when we are unconsciously trying to control the uncontrollable past. Part your upper and lower teeth by just one tiny fraction of a millimeter. Let your tongue float completely away from the roof of your mouth. Let all the defensive arguments, all the painful, regretful, what-if scenarios, and all the desperate wishes to build a time machine dissolve completely into the soft, velvet darkness. Move your focus down to your neck and the base of your skull. Let the heavy, bony weight of your skull sink completely into the safe, soft center of your pillow. Stop trying to hold your head up. The pillow is specifically designed to carry this heavy weight for you tonight. Trust the fabric. Trust the gravity. Move down into your chest and your heart center. Your heart is a magnificent, resilient, and utterly forgiving engine. It does not hold your past mistakes against you. It does not stop beating just because you failed an important exam or chose the wrong academic or career path. It just keeps pumping, quietly, faithfully, sending warm life into your veins every single second, because it knows that your existence is infinitely more valuable than your achievements. Breathe into that space. Forgive yourself for making a difficult choice when you did not have all the final answers. You were younger then. You were scared. You were doing the absolute best you could with the very limited information you had at that time. Have some compassion for that younger, lost version of you. They did not mean to spill the ink. They were just exploring. Finally, check your hands. If your fingers are still tightly curled into anxious fists, imagining that you are holding the steering wheel of your entire life, trying to forcefully turn the car around, just let go. Look at your hands. Look at your arms. Uncurl your fingers one by one. Let your hands rest completely open and soft, completely empty, on the blanket beside you. Make sure your phone screen is facing down. Let the artificial blue light completely die away. Welcome the natural, healing, accepting midnight shadows into the far corners of your room. The sunrise will arrive eventually. The morning birds will sing their songs, the pale light will touch your window pane, and the complicated, noisy, demanding machinery of the world will start moving again. But right at this single moment, the clock belongs entirely to the stillness. The ink has spilled. The new path is drawn. The new paradise lake is waiting for you. And there is absolutely nothing you need to fix, solve, or regret at 2 a.m. Tomorrow is a completely blank page. You can take a single, new step then. Tonight, you are allowed to just be a tired human being who needs a safe, deep, uninterrupted rest. Let the mattress hold you. I will leave my quiet, steady voice right here at the threshold of your door, wishing you a very still, very deep, and profoundly forgiving sleep. Good night, my brave explorer. Rest your eyes. Good night.